Good morning, Nucor. Hey, usually in these videos I try and offer a tip or some sort of a move you can use as leaders to engage your teams. This video is a little different. Frankly, this is the thank you note. A thank you note from me and my colleagues at JMJ to you. I've met most of you in our 2-day commitment workshop. The whole point of that workshop is this, that if you want to create a breakthrough, if you want to create a result that you've never had before, for example, if you want to have world-class safety in a steel company, you need 3 things. You need possibility, you need responsibility, and you need commitment. That's the formula. You add those 3 things together and you can accomplish nearly anything. You remember on day 2 we talked about the difference between what's possible and what's predictable. I drew those 4 circles and I said if you stand in the past and you look towards the future and you try and predict what's possible, you're going to be influenced by all the things you've seen go wrong, all the things you know that could get us off track. You're going to be influenced by how hard you know this is going to be. And it's going to be hard for you to predict an outcome that's very different from the outcomes you've had before. Sure, you'll make incremental improvements, but that's not going to be the way we're going to get to world class. See, to get to world class, we've kind of got to step outside of that. We've got to find some sliver of belief that it's possible, that we can. I don't know how. I'm going to need a lot of help. But we can do this. I believe it's possible. If we can be safe for an hour, we can be safe for a day. If we can be incident and injury free for a day, we can do it for a week. If we can do it at this plant, why not do it across the whole company? That belief in what's possible is what gives us the courage to begin the conversation. Now, we'll only stay in that conversation so long as we choose to be responsible. Remember, we talk about that on day 1 of the workshop, and we ask you, can you be responsible for all the things that are in this report? These aren't all your survey responses. Some of these interviews were done at sites where you're not a boss, you're not a manager, yet we're asking you to choose to be responsible. You see, we can be accountable. I can be on the hook to my boss. I can have something that I have to do because it's in my job description. But real power comes when I decide myself, when I choose to say, you know what, I'm in this game. I'm responsible. I own part of this. I can cause a different result. You got to have a belief in possibility, and you've got to have responsibility. Now, the third ingredient, commitment, man, sometimes that's the toughest thing to do because I got to renew my commitment. Every morning when I wake up, I've got to tap into my commitment again. Every time there's a setback where if I run into a naysayer or somebody who's getting down on my results and pointing out all the ways in which I'm nuts for talking about world-class safety in a steel mill, I've got to retap, I've got to re-energize, I've got to get my commitment back, and I've got to share it with the other folks around me. This thing you're up for, creating world-class safety at Nucor, nobody's seen that before. Nobody's done that before. There's not a workbook or a tip sheet or some sort of an instruction manual that we can look at that's going to tell us how to do it. You're going to create it. You're going to cause it. And you're going to do it because you see it's possible, because you feel you're personally responsible, and because you're committed to it. Now here's the thank you note part of this. And I'm speaking not only on my own behalf, but for all the other JMJ folks who have had the honor to work with Nucor. I want to say thank you for re-energizing us. I want to say thank you for helping us reconnect with the work we do, for bringing these conversations about possibility, responsibility, and commitment to life. Because I see this every time I go to a Nucor site. I see this love and this passion and this energy every time I talk with one of you. It's what gives me confidence that not only are you guys going to smash it in terms of safety, but so can I. For the last year, I've worked on a really big project up in Canada. And I got to tell you, it's been hard. You know, it's in a remote location. The work hours are brutal. It rains every single day up there. And they don't have a fraction of the leadership, of the compassion, of the energy that you all have in Nucor. And so to be around you and to see your sense of possibility, your personal responsibility, your commitment, it just energizes me. It's given me a sense that, you know what? Maybe this job up there is tough, and maybe I have wanted to tap out a few times, but because I've been to Hertford and Nebraska, because I've gone to Rock Hill, South Carolina, because I've been in Brandenburg, Kentucky, and Longview, Washington, and I'm heading to Pomona, California. God, I hope I don't have to go to Iuka. I'm trying to duck that one if I can, but maybe I'll end up there someday too. Because I've seen you folks and the love and the passion and the leadership you bring, I'm going to be playing a bigger game when I get up to site up in Canada. That's the gift you've given me over these last few months. You have re-energized me, and you've got a spring in my step as I go back up to Canada, and I'm going to smash it. So folks, I just want to say thank you. I hope you have a great week, and please, be safe.